Today what I'm going to do now is show you how to write a linear equation in slope-intercept form. If you recall, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope, b is our y-intercept. That's why it's called slope-intercept form. So here's a couple examples. They're both different because they're going to require different things, but they'll still give us an equation in slope-intercept form. So the directions are as follows. It just says write the equation of each line in slope-intercept form. So what's given to me in the first problem is it says I have a slope of 1/3 and a y-intercept of 6. So to write this in slope-intercept form, I would first go ahead and just write what is slope-intercept form for my problem. Now, if you notice, they already gave me my slope, so really I'm going to substitute 1/3 in for slope, and then they told me my y-intercept was 6, so go ahead and substitute 6 in for that. There's no simplifying needed, so really this is just it. That's my answer. So y equals 1/3 x plus 6. Very simple, isn't it? Now, here's a problem that won't be as simple, because what is the one thing that's different from this problem compared to the first one? Hopefully you notice is this problem, problem 2, does not give us a y-intercept. They tell us that this point 2,5 is on the line. So what we have to do here first is we first have to figure out what the y-intercept is. So we're going to go back to slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b. Now you're probably wondering how are we going to do this if we only know a point. We don't know what the m is, we don't know what b is, we don't know any of this. Well, watch what's going to happen. We do know what slope is, so we can substitute slope in there. And remember, a point has an x and a y coordinate. And remember, a point is a solution on the on the line. So what that means is for every x, it has this particular y that goes with it. So 2 and 5 are matched together to make a solution. So we can substitute those in. So put 5 in for y, put 4 in for slope for m, x is 2, and basically plus b. We're solving for b because remember that will be our y-intercept that we need. So now we just use our algebra skills. 4 times 2 is 8. To solve for b, we subtract 8. We get b equal to a -3. Therefore, our y-intercept is going to be 0, -3. Now all we have to do is take our slope and our y-intercept and substitute it into our y equals mx plus b formula. So again, mx plus b, so slope is 4, so put in the 4 in front of the x, plus, but it's a -3, so we can either write it as plus -3, or to make it look a little bit nicer, we want to write it as 4x minus 3. Remember, subtracting -3 is the same as adding the inverse. So we have two problems here, but notice problem 2, we had to be careful on what they gave us. Don't just assume what they're giving you is the y-intercept. The other way you could have figured out this wasn't a y-intercept if you just looked at it quickly, notice there is no 0 in the x spot. Okay, remember the intercepts always have a 0 there. So this is how we basically write a linear equation in slope-intercept form if we're given the slope, the y-intercept, or a point on the line.